Hey, what's up everybody? HTG Brian here, back with more LEGO Star Wars TSS, and would you look at that? It's episode 9 time! That's right, we're in the home stretch of the story. This is level 41, a skip and a jump story. Now in this particular level, there are a ton of TIE fighters, and we actually reach 100 TIE fighters defeated, unlocking the Get the Crews to Their Fighters trophy achievement. We also get a couple of Kyber bricks, 1 for completing the story, and 2 more for that blue stud status. Now this was a pretty cutscene intensive level, and not a lot of gameplay, but that being said, we're going to skip over the crawling credits and jump right into the intro cutscene.
Last, my boy, I have been every voice
you have ever heard inside your head.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
What could you give me?
Everything. A new empire. A new empire. Find the girl. End the Jedi. And become what your grandfather Vader could not.
T-minus 5.
Bulio, good to see you. You got something for us?
From a new ally. A spy in the First Order. Transfer the message! Get it to Leia!
We're about to be cooked!
Poe, we got it!
Alright, this next scene is a little rough, mainly because I am not avoiding any attackers behind me, as it is related to a challenge. Partly because I'm also not great at flying the Falcon in these little tiny corridors. But essentially there are a few mini kits, so I'm being very controlled with my bursts, trying to make sure that I don't unlock a mini kit by accident, because I actually did in my first run, and I had to restart this over because I wanted to make sure we kept all the mini kits for that free play. But there are a couple of different paths you can take, and it's my understanding, as it's noted in our trophy achievement guide, it says do not destroy all 10 TIE fighters until all mini kits are collected. Now that is for the free play suggestion, and that's because you kind of circle around in a loop. In fact, there is a mini kit on the right as I go sliding by on the left, and essentially I'm just trying to take out these 10 TIEs to advance the story, but I am not doing great with my flying. And mainly it's just because, again, I'm trying to avoid stuff. And I really should be trying to avoid the walls. That should have been priority number 1. But there's another mini kit on the right. You can see the red and green lights indicating. So, yeah, this was just a rough section for me as I continue to die over and over again. But the good news is, look at that. We officially took out our 100th TIE fighter, getting us that trophy achievement. And also, we got the first stud status. So there's another mini kit. So that's crazy. Like, you could actually, I think, spin around and keep going if you miss them. That may not be correct information. I'll have to check with Tyler P., our guide writer, and get back to you. Or just simply use our trophy achievement guide and follow the instructions there. But essentially, you know, depending on which route you take, you may see the mini kits in a different order than we have them listed too. And it's likely that you probably got a couple of them because you're probably not going to be as controlled with your bursts as I am. And it's likely, too, that you got a challenge or two as well. Like, one of them is avoid being locked onto 3 times in a row. It's called lock off. Pretty easy to make happen. Now, another one is activate the hyperdrive in time for all light speed jumps. To be honest with you, the way this level happens, I thought I did unlock it, but turns out at the end, we don't get it. As part of the story, you had to take out the scaffolding. I think they called it something else, like a bridge or something. I don't remember what they called it, but it was just right there, Brian. Why don't you remember it? Well, I was flapping my yapper. My bad. We get to the end of the hallway here, and there is a bunch of ice, and this is where the old hyperdrive stuff begins. We get that first-person perspective inside the Falcon. Pretty sweet stuff. Pretty Falcon awesome. Boo, or a little much, maybe. Hey, I'm just giving the words I was dealt with, right? All right, we're cruising through and looking for an escape path here. As you guys might remember in the movie, we're doing a bunch of light speed jumps, and you're not supposed to be able to do this in the Falcon, but you know, Poe's the best pilot in the galaxy, so we're gonna make it happen. But basically, it's a really cool series of jumps. I successfully hit the buttons in time each and every time. So I thought I was going to get that poetic flying challenge completed, which is the third one. But unfortunately, it didn't work out. But we're almost through to the final one, and it's going to jump us into a cutscene. And then, of course, we'll go over the final totals at the end. But woo-wee, we're getting close to that, preparing for free play. All right, this is the final section right here. We go right into the old mouth, and bye.
Hold on!
Be with me. Be with me. Be with me. They're not with me. Oh.
Ray, be patient.
I'm going to run the training course.
Alrighty then. A skip and a jump level complete. Free play unlock. You know, I was really worried that the way that this game was designed, that I wasn't going to be able to do this kind of stuff, that they weren't going to have, like, the final total screen, but woo to the who, because they totally do. Look at that. We got the blue. Whoa, there's a lot of oohs. We got that extra couple of Kyber bricks, one for completing the level as well. You can see here, no challenges. Womp, womp, womp. Although that was kind of our plan, so I guess is maybe the celebratory tone that we should have been using. No mini kits either. However, we do unlock a few more characters, basically variants of characters we already had. You can see we've got new Poe, we got new Finn. We also got Boolio, who is sort of like a Foolia. No, I'm not really familiar with that particular character. We got a new version of the Falcon as well, or Falcon, depending on how. Yes, I don't know what to do about that. Even in the movies, they say it both ways. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just going to stick with Falcon. I've called it that my whole life. It's official. It's Falcon from now on. Hey, guys, speaking of from now on, don't forget to check us out on social media if you're into that kind of thing. HappyThumbsGaming.com is also a great place to check out for trophy achievement informations and more. As for me, though, that's going to do it. As always, until next time. Bloop.